YouTube. Yo, I think we're live. Hello. Maybe it's something like this, a thumbnail, something like this. I want it to be like pow, pow. Like this. Does that? Can you see what that is? Not really, huh? Mm. All right, hold on. Does that look good? Something like this, yeah. Does that make a good thumbnail? Let's see. This, like this. All right, that was for a thumbnail, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I think we're live. Let's see. Let me just make sure the sound is good right now. All right, cool. I'm still kind of used to all this streaming, I guess, on YouTube, so bear with me. Still using one monitor, right? Still only have one monitor. Okay, let's move my mic forward. Hello, everybody. Okay, I hope this isn't gonna be too loud. Hang on. I really should have all this ready to go before starting, right? I guess. But like I said, I am kind of new to this, so probably not an excuse. Okay, so tonight, and as my title says, I do, if you don't know a little bit about me, I live stream. I'm a live streamer on kick.com, right? Hold on. So, although this is a live stream, okay, I want to kind of use the footage to edit videos, right? That's kind of what I've been doing is using just the streams to kind of there's really not too many people that come through. I think so far only one, right? But I do want to use this footage, right, to also edit my videos with, and so that's kind of what I want to do right now, right? If you don't know who I am, let me give you a little brief explanation. I live stream events on kick.com, right? I go by Goldman999. I'm Goldman999, and I live stream events on kick.com, right? It's just all sorts of events, right? Anything, everything. But before I started live streaming, I actually really like to do photography, right? So I would go to all these different places and I would take pictures, just random things, random people, whatever, right? And that's what I really like to do. And that's kind of what I do sometimes on my streams as well. And today, I thought it would be fun to go over I thought it would be fun to go over some of the images my I thought it would be fun to go over some of my favorite images that I've managed to capture and make during my streams. And the cool thing is and the cool thing is because I'm streaming it, you get to see kind of the behind the scenes, or not behind the scenes, but you just get to see how I actually make these pictures, right? Um, you get to see me actually approaching the subjects, how I like fiddle around with the settings, just because you have to realize when I'm out there, right? This is what I look like. Okay, let me give you a quick rundown of what I look like behind when I'm doing these photography streams, when I go to events and I have my camera and I'm taking pictures of people while I'm live streaming, right? This is what I look like, okay? And it looks worse in real life because there's like when I'm fully kitted out with the whole flash thing and all that stuff. This is what I look like, okay? Hold on. So of course I have my selfie stick right here. This is a big one right here. This is like the size of my forearms right here, right? If you guys can see, it's kind of heavy too. Okay. And of course, I have my phone, right? This is what my streaming phone right here. So I'm streaming like this, right? This is how I look streaming. Kind of like this. I'm holding this, so I'm streaming everything. I'm live streaming it. And so at the same time, right? This is what I do. I'm streaming it, and this is a camera that I use. So I'm like this. This is exactly what I look like right here, like this. I'll be like, I won't really pay attention when I'm in the moment trying to capture the shot. I won't really pay attention to my stream or what people are saying, right? Because for me in that moment, it's about taking the picture, right? It's about getting the shot, and I try to focus on that, right? So I guess this really isn't complete. Like this is like maybe this right here. This looks ridiculous as it is right here, just like this, right? Or dude, this is a thumbnail right here, right? You got something like this. Wait, where? Okay, like right here and like right here. So this would be kind of like bare bones right here, right? But if you want to see what I use most of the time, like pretty much almost always, because I like to use flash as well. This is what I look like. Okay, hold on. Right, right. So it's sometimes a lot of times I'll just go, this is what I do, right? And so here it is. This is when I'm streaming it, and I take a lot of just go out there to all these events and find people, find interesting subjects to photograph, right? This is what I'm doing right here. I'm like this, right? I'm like this. I'm either like I'm trying to just get the general video with my little selfie stick right here, right? And I'll just focus on this right here. This is exactly how I look, like this. Ah, like this. Is that a thumbnail? Is that a thumbnail? Like this, paparazzi style. Ah, all right. And if you look, if you guys are into photography, you guys know like this direct flash right here isn't the best. I know a lot of people don't like. I personally I like it. So if I need to kind of get a softer or try to get something not as harsh and direct then this is all I do right here. Watch, I'll show you. So I know everybody that has a flash, right? If you have a flash, it comes with something like the diffuser cap, right? So it has like this. So what I'll do is, all right, let me set this down real quick. Let me set this down. So whenever I want to, I use this actually all the time too. This is pretty much my, I like to call it my run and gun setup, right? You just put it on top right here, click it in place. You know, I always, well, I should have put the, wait, hold on, let me do that again, okay? So when I put this on, right, I know that when I need the diffuser like this, I know that the whole reason for this is I want to scatter the light as much as possible. And so that's why with this flash, it has this little cool thing where you can pull out right here. I don't know. Okay, this is, let me just do this like this, right? I always set it to this. I'll pull it out. So there's that little plate right there, right? And there's also the cool thing about this flash is it has, you can tilt it up like this, and that's what I normally do. I normally kind of point it at like a 45-degree angle up. I'll put on this white bounce card right there. Like you just flip it up right here. That's cool, right? Right here, you just put it up and you get a white bounce card. But I won't do that yet, right? I'll first put on the diffuser cap like this right here. Like so. And then I'll activate the bounce card. And that's it. This is what I look like right here. This is pretty much behind I would say pretty much behind 80% of the photos. This is what I use right here. This monstrosity, right? Plus this, right? Plus this. This is it. This is how you'll see it, right? Like this. Let me see if I got. Like this, and I'll just one hand it all the time like this, like. Right, and so because I'm streaming it, right? Because I'm streaming, and I always hold my selfie stick, right? I always hold my stream with my hand. I want this to be as light as possible, right? I know people really, well, you know, people talk, okay, I guess to kind of talk about my gear first, right? Actually, okay, let me put this down real quick, because this is kind of a lot. Just, that's what it is though. That's my basic setup right here. It's a Fujifilm camera with, I forgot what flash this was. Nissan. Funny thing about this flash, right? This flash right here, it's called a Nissan i60A, right? It was a third-party flash, okay? But they stopped making it, and now they became the official, pretty much they rebranded. Now they're making flash for Fujifilm, and they're making the flash for Leica, bro. They're making the flash for Leica. Right? The Leica flashes, if you look at them, you're paying a lot of money for pretty much just a renamed Nissan right here. Nissan flash. I love it though. It's really nice. Okay, hold on. So let me just make sure my stream is still on. Okay. It's kind of a pain it's kind of a pain not having two monitors. we still live? I guess. You just put it up and you get it white. Yeah, I guess so. I guess we're good. Okay. Um, so that's a little bit about the background, right? About my camera setup. And I guess if you really want to kind of go a little bit further, right? My setup is a little bit um not conventional, I guess, for photography. I guess, I don't know. And the only reason why I say that, right, is because of this lens choice that I have, right? This lens that I use, that I choose to use. And if you look at pretty much almost all my photos that I post online, like almost 90%, it's with this lens right here, right? I don't know if you can see it. This is a kit lens, by the way. This is the Fujifilm 18 to 55, right? It's a 2.8 to 4 aperture. Let me see. Here you go. Here's another look at it. You could see it, the 18 to 55, 2.8 to 4. But this is what I use. Like 90%, right? 90% is this lens right here. I love it. I just wish it was lighter, right? I just wish it was a little bit lighter. That's why I kind of considered using the pancake lens, right? Because actually, let me show you, right? Let me show you my pancake lens. That I think is a 28, but I don't use it though. The 2.8. This look at this, right? I really want to use this, right? I really want to use this, but I like this lens. I've used it, right? And I really appreciate it for what it is. I know there's a new one, which is the Mark II, but hold on, let me show you. So look, it goes from this, right? It goes from something like this. Okay, let me change the lens out and show you just how much of a slimmer profile it gets. Dun, 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 dun. And this is my first time kind of doing this sort of stream slash video, so if you're here with me, please bear in mind and just keep that in mind. This was a 18 to 55 right here. Right? So you saw the profile of the 18 to 55. Now let me show you the profile of the 27, right? You could see it right here. Look at that. It's so small and it's so light, right? Look at that. The profile is so much smaller. It's so much lighter. And 28, honestly, I would use that that profile, right? That focal length, because for me, I think honestly, I'm more of a prime shooter mentality, right? Even on this 18 to 55, right? I'm pretty much always at 18, right? I'm pretty much always at 18. And if I need to, I just always kind of move around anyways, like you do with prime lenses. But the problem with this, the 27, is the fact that the focus takes kind of too long when the lighting's not good, right? And a lot of the places that I go, a lot of the places that I take photos, it's very dark places. And so it's just it kind of hunts, right? And so that's why it's a little bit unreliable for me, right? If I was just kind of doing a photo walk during the day, I would totally use this, right? Just because look how portable it is. It's look how pocketable and small, right? That's a I have a lens cap and I think just a regular UV filter on it. But if it wasn't for that, it would just be flat right there, right? It's just a little UV filter, like popping out. But that's a little bit about my camera background, right? This is a Fujifilm right here, X-T3. It's not even. It's just it's just a X-T3, kind of old at this point. I think this was like the. I think this was probably one of the cameras that. Oof, I don't really know the history of it, but I just know that in the whole mirrored like DSLR to mirrorless switch, I think this camera played kind of a big part in it too, right? And this is kind of what like it was like a Fujifilm powerhouse back in the day. I don't know about now, but I use it all the time, right? This is what I use all the time right here. Of course, I black everything out, right? I would ideally like to black out those white letterings as well, but I just put, what is that, like these tape over it, the Fujifilm, because I'm out on the streets and you don't want anything catching people's eyes because they will test you, right? But I love it. I love my XC3 and I take this pretty much everywhere I go. So let's kind of go into it, right? The whole reason why I started this, the whole reason why I started today's stream, and the whole reason for this video actually is because there's a lot of cool photos that I personally like. They're probably not going to be the best thing or anything really that crazy, right? But these are photos that when I went to go review it, after the shoot, and then I come back home and I load it up and I look at it, I was like, wow, right? Wow, I did this, right? And so, like I said, everything is streamed. All the pictures, you could kind of see how I did it, and that's what I want to make this video about, right? I want to make a video showing just like kind of what I was thinking while I was there, my approach to certain things, I guess the problems that I was having, the good and the bad, and just kind of do a photo review and kind of show off like my pictures because I guess like people show off pictures on Instagram, right? I guess that was the place for photos. Everybody says photos dead. I don't know, but I still enjoy the art of this. This is an incredible, like for me, it's a hobby, right? I absolutely love it. So let's go. Let's watch the video, right? It's cool. I have a whole video and we can watch it together. Hang on, let me shoot off some text messages real quick. All right, let's go into the video. Okay, so the photo that I want to share today, right, is actually of this. Okay, this is a photo. Okay. Where is the photo? Hang on. Okay, it's this dog right here, right? This very cute dog right here. And so the backstory about this, right, is I was just live streaming and I was walking through a park, just a random park that I was at that day, trying to see what I can find, pretty much, right? I was just out there, just streaming, right? And I don't know, I just didn't really have too much like people or whatever, just subjects that was like kind of interesting to me that day, right? And so I was getting kind of desperate. I was like, oh man, like I just came out here for like nothing, right? But the day was actually kind of late too. And it was very overcast. It was about to rain, but it was like about to sprinkle that day. And so that's why you could see the sky is a little bit gray, right? But I was, and you could see this is around springtime. There's like little cherry blossom trees in the background right here. If I don't know if you can really see it, right? In the background, there's all these little white flowers around. So I was walking and I saw this cute dog, and the owner was just snapping pictures with her cell phone, right? And I was like, oh, that's kind of interesting. And that's why I was like, I asked, I was like, oh, can I, take some pictures? I never took pictures of animals before, or like, I guess cute puppies. But this dog was very well trained, right? I think it was a Pomsky. Very cute. It's a husky and a Pomeranian mix. So adorable, right? But look at this little smile right here. And when I remember when I saw this picture at home, I was just kind of blown away. I was like, wow, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I made this, right? And you guys have to realize is when I'm pretty much 100% of my pictures, right? They're all just on the spot. They're all on the spot. It's because when I'm somewhere, like streaming, it's just I see something interesting and I take photos, right? I go when I see something interesting, I'll ask them, or if it's like a performance, then I'll just like snap away, right? Everything is kind of on the fly. There's no really second chances for anything, right? And this is the same for this doggy right here named Yuzu. Okay, so let's kind of take a look at how this all played out, because it's there. Okay, wait, how do I do this? Okay, so this is the stream. Okay, that's how this works. This is a stream. Oh shoot, maybe I shouldn't play that, because hold on. Oops. Okay, I have that. Okay, you guys might be wondering why I don't have music playing, right? Is because of the fact that, wait, what is this? Oh, this is a wrong one too. Oh my god, come on. Sorry. That's another photo one. Oh, hold on, let me get the right one. But I don't have music because I think YouTube kind of it's that whole copyright strike stuff that I'm new to this, so I'm not really sure exactly what they allow and what they don't. And so I hope that doesn't strike this, because I know like this intro music right here is usually kind of bad. Okay, so that's why everything's kind of on mute right now, and I'm just kind of talking. And I know like people, when they like to stream, they like to have a lot of audio or whatever. It just makes it a little bit more interesting. But here it is. I'm at this park, so let's kind of play.
I think like on the bottom it's a bunch of playgrounds. So here we're like right next to the trail.
And this is my old setup, so the sound is a little bit crunchy. So here, I'm at this park, right? You can see it's cloudy, overcast. You can see the time down here, right? 2:13. This is April 3rd, so it's pretty much springtime last year. 2:13 in the afternoon.
It's getting like
right here in the bottom left corner.
There's a.
So I was just hiking around this area.
Regarding all these.
Oh, this is cool. I saw like a house fire from the top of the mountain.
And it's not even like it's white smoke either. It's like
there was just some fires, starting, and I remember I saw that. I was like, oh my goodness.
You see those plumes, right?
This was when I think there was a lot of fires happening in Los Angeles. I don't know if you remember, but
smoldering. I don't know.
I think Los Angeles a little bit traumatized from it. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, it's starting again, right? But here, I was just walking around this park. right? Oh, and here it is. Okay.
On here.
Swallow his saliva.
That's like I was saying. If this is the really famous.
So look, it's all these little trees right here in bloom.
It might be. Okay,
This is a very famous tree that smells terrible.
if your line has a very.
I can't believe this is last year, right? So I'm walking around, right? I'm looking it's a park. I'm looking for people or subjects. And it's dark. You could look at the clouds, right? You can see the clouds, rain clouds rolling in.
Your doggy?
Here. And I just saw her.
Hello.
Hello. That's my signature line.
Do you mind
Hello.
if I take some pictures of your doggy?
Oh, sure.
I was like looking for things to photograph.
Ah, got
She's so
it.
cute.
Thank you.
But the doggy was so cute.
The name's Yuzu?
Yeah.
Like the fruit?
Yes.
Oh.
Yuzu, if you guys don't know, yuzu is Japanese lemon.
You wanna like have the
Yeah, over there, huh?
like
Yeah.
background or?
Yeah. I just right now this is live right now.
So this is what I'm talking about.
So I
When I
wanna-
do this,
You want over
it's
there?
just
okay.
always on the go, right? On the
Hold on,
go.
let me set up real quick.
And look behind, there's all those little trees, trees. But she trained her dog really well.
What kind of dog is this?
Pomsky.
Pomsky.
Pomsky?
Yeah.
What's a Pomsky?
Pomeranian Husky.
Oh, no wonder it looks so.
Pomeranian Husky. So cute.
Yeah, so it's a unique look. A Pomsky?
So right now, I'm just kind of
Like this?
like freaking out, right? I'm just trying to set up because when I'm walking around, I don't have anything out. Right? I don't really walk around with my camera out. I don't walk with my camera out. I just have it a bag, a crossbody bag. And so when she said, yeah, like, okay, well, I need to hurry up, right? So set up, you need to go. And so I need to put on the flash, do all that stuff. And, I shoot everything in manual. So you have to like take a lot of test shots to make sure the settings are right, that it looks good, right? So here I am. I'm just kind of just trying to get this set up as fast as possible. I know the footage is a little bit scuffed, but this dog was so well trained. Like it's just when it sits.
Alright, hold on. Sorry, I need to get this set up real quick.
Oh, I don't know what's with the sound.
Garden, the one in like.
South Coast Botanic Garden.
Yeah, the one.
Dude, what's with the sound? Hold on.
Oh, he started to reverse me. So he was like excited and he couldn't like swallow his saliva, I guess, and he get like
Oh, he gets really
sad.
excited.
It's like human how
Yeah.
we get so excited.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm excited.
I think there's like a car that
Wait, why is the sound so bad right now? Hold on, let me try one more time. Oh.
Oh, he started
Okay.
like end of the week for each.
Holy crap, there must be wrong.
Normally we have our annual
So
cherry
she
blossom photo.
trained her dog
This
so
year,
well,
I couldn't
right?
go to the
So the
South
dog
Coast Botanic
here, if you
Garden,
look,
the
it's
one
already
in,
striking a
South
pose
Coast
so
Botanic
naturally,
Garden.
right? It's
Yeah,
just
the one kinda like
smiling. It's such a cute dog. Yuzu the Pomsky
Yeah. Okay.
on Instagram.
Yeah.
Kind of famous.
It's like an annual thing where you guys.
Because they have a huge zoo.
Look at that. It's just, it knows all the poses. She trained it so well, right?
There.
And it was actually a gorgeous little
He's
doggy.
so photogenic.
Yeah.
Zoo.
And so at first, I think I was using like, it was off camera flash, right? It was off camera flash. And so you can see me here. I'm like kind of creeping forward.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So she was helping a lot actually.
Oh, he's having that reverse sneeze. But
She's
like
trying to
excited,
sneeze
he
right
can,
now.
like, swallow his saliva again, and he get like.
Oh, he gets really
stuck.
excited.
It's like human how
Yeah.
we get too excited.
So cute. Oh my goodness. This is probably one of the cutest dog I've ever seen.
Oh, the car. Okay.
So cute. Oh my goodness. The hair was so fluffy. Look at that.
So good looking.
Stay.
Yeah.
So if you notice, actually, look at what trigger I'm using, right? That was actually one of my favorite triggers right there. But it broke. It was the photodiox, I think. It just transmits a it was so small, but it was like, and it was small and cheap, right? But it broke, and it was so popular, and I don't know if you can get it anymore, right? And so it's just, that's all it is. You put it on top, and then it's just like, it just sends a signal to the flash, where you put on a little receiver, and it just fires off the shots. And my flash, I don't use TTL, and so everything's manually set too. But I really, really miss this this transmitter receiver setup, because it was like just two little squares, and look at how discreet that is, right? Versus the one I have to use now is so bulky, and I don't know, I feel like I want to get it again, but there's something about these kind of products where I feel like if they break a little bit too easily, I don't want to buy them, right? I don't want to purchase them, because it's just kind of a waste of everything. It kind of reminds me of like Apple, the AirPods, right? How they'll just break so easily. The one side will stop working, and at that point, it's like you're on a subscription plan to these things. But that's what I was using. So I think I was holding. So you can see right here, I put my selfie stick down for my stream. I put it. I just put it down, and I had my camera in one hand. I was holding my flash on this hand, so I was just taking photos like this, right? But I missed that little transmitter. Just kind of looking at it right now. So I think I was trying to have it where the cherry blossoms in the background was kind of coming out, right? I don't, if you know this 18 to 55, it's not gonna produce the craziest bokeh, right? Right. And the thing is, I don't really take pictures. I don't really go like the most shallow depth of field anyways, right? I don't really do that. I usually stop down like f4, f8 or something, right? I rarely shoot wide open. And so the bokeh, usually I don't really have too much bokeh in my photos, right? And another reason for that, right, is because earlier I mentioned I wish it was lighter, right? Because I have to do all this holding it one hand. And so doing that with the flash on top, it gets like the hand cramps, a lot of hand cramps. So that's why I wish it was just a lighter lens, smaller and thinner. That's what I'm looking for right now. But I'm pretty much like this, flash in this hand, if it's off camera, right? But I don't really use off camera flash anymore because that trigger broke. I'm so sad. That was so nice. It was so compact. It was easy to use, but it just kind of stopped charging. And let me see. So let's take a look, I guess, of some of the pictures. Okay, wait, how can I do this? VLC, no, not that one. Hang on. So I want to see this. Okay, I think it's here. So let's kind of take a look of the actual, just the pictures, right? The pictures that from that day, right? And we could kind of look at the metadata. So here's this. I think. How do you get the information? Hold on. I think it's this. I'll enter. Okay, so here you can look right here on the side. Let's see. It says you could look at some of these pictures right here, and you'll see that it says it was XT3, right? 18 millimeter, right? From the 18 to 55, 2/50th of a second. So it's pretty fast. So my thought process was, oh, I thought this this doggy was just gonna run around everywhere. So I just kind of did that. But if I guess for these kind of pictures, the aperture was a little bit low, like 3.6, right? ISO 160. So that's the triangle right there, exposure triangle, right? And it says no flash, but this doesn't really capture flash data. I think that's the only thing about this, right? It doesn't really capture flash data. So let's go through a little bit some of my other photos, right? We could see 3.6. I think relatively all the things are the same. This one is 3.2, which is why it's a little bit brighter, right? This one has a lot of, you can see it's a lot dark. It's just dark overall. It has a dark tone, but it's still fine, right? You just edit it. Yeah, normally I don't really shoot this low, but you could see the bokeh in the background is present right here. And all those little cherry blossoms came out kind of beautiful looking, all the swirls. Of course, like over here, like it was, I think this is like when I was taking my little test shots. I take a lot of test shots, right? And so it's gonna make it a little bit well, this is like a lot of the photos that I delete. After I deleted it, I just kind of kept some of the best ones. But look right here, 18 millimeters, f3.6, 2/50th of a second. ISO is 160 right here, and this one is f3.2. So I think I might have honestly just nudged the little dial, 3.6 to 3.2. That's, I don't know, that's really not much of a difference, but I just tried a different angle right here, and usually just really pops out right here. Look, it's just so cute, right? And so I think I was using flash at this point too. Let me see. Can't really tell. Okay, not at this point. So you could tell, like I was just, look at this, so adorable. This dog, well trained. Right? It's just well trained, happy, photogenic. This dog is just living its best life in the world, right? And so here I was just like, I was testing the pictures. You know, I do a lot of test shots, and I try to just get the overall, I think, you know, just the background. That's what I like to do. I like to get the background kind of exposure correct. That's what I do first whenever I use flash. I always expose for the background, because the flash is gonna be the one that kind of fills in, right, and make the subject, which is a lot closer, like pop out. So let's kind of go through the rest of the video, and then we'll see what happens, because more stuff kind of happens. It's more funny.
So I already missed that for March, and in April
That's when all the flowers.
I really walk till this side.
Dude, why is it?
Whenever I come to this park.
Wait, hold on, sorry. So the sound is a little bit weird. It sounds like slurry. So let me open up the video again. I'm doing that because there's copyright music, I think. Okay.
Backpack.
So here.
Yeah.
So that's all the pictures that I just took right now.
The cherry blossom, you said there's like an annual cherry blossom thing?
This is it. This is just a process. Right now I'm on my belly, right? I'm on my belly, just you know, trying to get low to the ground as possible.
I already missed that for March, and in April I think all the flowers will be like,
I'm trying to get, I'm literally on my belly, on my elbows like this, trying to get as low as to the ground as possible, because the doggy is just posing.
yeah,
right?
so it's not.
So you could tell
pretty.
right now it's about
But I was
4,
surprised
so
that there's still, like,
and
huge
the whole
ones here.
cloud
It's
is just
pretty nice.
overcast,
I
so
don't really
it's a
walk
huge.
to
It was
this
such a
side
nice day,
whenever I
right?
come to this
The,
park.
the lighting was so
For me,
so
I just
soft,
came because I think before
right?
I
Just
saw a lot
so
of
even all
red
around,
ladies doing
and you
Tai
just
Chi.
needed some punch. You needed
So
extra
I kinda wanted
punch,
to, like,
which is
border
where
that.
the
Do you
whole
know about those ladies?
No. But I never see them like at this area. So
They're like down there, yeah.
Yeah.
They're down far. Do you think maybe?
Wait, hold on. Is packet? The heck? It's hard. But I want to. You know, maintain a smooth video. Is there something wrong? Hang on. Maintain a smooth video. Is there something wrong? No, I think it's okay. Okay, let's keep going.
Sorry.
With this flash, you could hold it for me.
So now, okay, so because while I was doing this, right? Oh. No wonder. Okay. While I was doing this, right, I was on the ground and yeah, the doggy was right in front of me. I'm just like on the ground too. And so my flash, I was like doing this, but it was coming at a weird angle because, you know, this is my left hand and the doggy was, the face was faced towards the right. So that's why I was like, okay, this isn't really working. Like it doesn't look as good because the face is so dark because the light's coming from behind. So that's why now I asked the owner, right? I asked the owner, hey, do you mind if you hold this flash, right? Do you mind if you hold it? And then I told her like how to position the flash. And, you know, pretty much what she did was, she was doing something like this, right? Because she was standing up. So I had all the trigger, right? I had the trigger ready. I had all the settings down. And I told her, all you have to do is just point this at the doggy, right? Just point it. That's all you have to do. And so I gave her this flash to hold. And she was doing this. At first she was kind of missing, right? But I just told her, and she was pretty up there, right? And I was down low, and she was just holding it, and I was on the ground, just snapping away. And let's see what happens. So you can hear me. I'm trying to get the settings correct. Or oops, I can't see this, huh? Sorry. So I'm trying to get the settings correct to make sure that all this is on the fly, right? It's my first time meeting this person just randomly.
The view is nice though.
So, you know, I have to kind of know.
Is she okay with flash?
And there's like more pressure
Yeah,
because
but when they show red eyes.
So yeah, if you go like something like
because, you know, they're waiting, right? They can't wait forever. So this is where the experience comes into play of what power you need, all the settings. Like the more you do this, the easier it gets. Look at this cute dog, so cute.
go something like this.
See, I'm telling her where to hold the flash right now. I give it to her and I tell her just like overhead, just point it down. And so she's.
When you click it, it'll auto flash, right?
Right now it's like going that way.
You see, I'm telling her where to point the flash,
Right here. Perfect.
and she's holding it right now, like this.
Good boy, stay.
Do you see? And you can see the flash coming from overhead.
You can say the word like dog park, it'll probably get his attention.
She has some magic word, dog park.
Yeah.
Dog park. Oh. Wow, yeah. I saw the
Just poses. Oh, she trained us so well to be
I
photogenic.
need to adjust the power a little bit.
So now it's always about adjusting, right? You have to kind of
Doesn't it, like,
adjust.
lay down or,
It's
like,
always
sit?
like kind of a you could
Yeah, I think
get a
once I get the
ballpark
lighting,
and then you take the
once
shot,
I get everything like
right? And so
dialed
here I go.
in,
I tell her like hold it out,
I
and
think
so she
she'll
helped me.
look really good.
She helped me
So
do this.
This position is okay? Like,
Oh yeah,
You
for
know
now,
now?
yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. So
Look at that dog.
Is it looking at me?
So cute.
Used to looking at you. Right?
Camera. The camera. You're getting photographed.
Okay. So I want to bow in the background a little bit.
And that was it. Just bare flash.
Ooh, okay. So I guess, I don't know, when you were looking, you wanted all that in the background, huh? So
Look at her. She's just holding my flash right there, right? You see her.
looks like this.
Oh, okay. So I
Yeah.
have to move towards that.
And then now we're just kind of looking at the
Right,
background.
right.
So now we're gonna move.
Like, which angle do you think it looks better?
Well, I mean, you want
But this is what I'm really bad at.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This is my biggest weakness. Okay, it's like posing and getting the background. Because for me, I'm just so used to just movement, just run and gun style, right? So here,
Reflex. Let's go
Look, look.
really white.
so now we're about to move.
You know,
We're gonna move,
right here.
and here
I think this side view is also
you can see this too, right?
cute too.
So currently, like for this, it came something out like this,
Ah, okay.
but
so
you
it's
want more of that, huh?
Yeah.
Alright, hold on.
I
Alright.
guess, like,
So she
that
wants
goes
more of the
to look
flowers in the background,
This
right?
similar.
Yeah,
Ew, where are you going? Hey.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
Now she's getting kind of look at me crawling on the ground.
Okay.
Look at her holding the flash. Why am I lifting my leg like that? I don't
Oh
know.
yeah, dog park. Right here. Yeah.
So you see her right there? She's just holding the flash.
Right here. Hello, dog park. Yeah.
And I'm trying to get the doggy to look at me.
That's nice. Oh, do you go higher up maybe?
Yeah.
Dog park. Right here. Dog park. Hello.
Where is it?
Dog park. Hello.
Wait, can you see this? Oh, you can't see. Okay, hold on. Sorry. I don't know if you heard that, but there was I think it's something very important that I said was while I was doing this,
Right here.
she was holding it, right?
Okay.
And I said, "Oh," and I take a few shots and I look at it and I asked her, "Oh, can you hold it higher?" Right? Because what happens at that point is when it's too close, it's gonna just blast it with too much light, right? So then if you back out the light, then it just gets weaker, right? The light gets weaker the further it is from away from your subject. So that's why I said it was too bright. So I was like, instead of me going up and turning down the power, I just asked her if she could lift up the flash, right, to make it go further away from the source and the subject.
You live right here.
Dog park?
To my
Oh, yeah, dog
pose.
park. Right here. Yeah.
Right here.
Does he
Too
want
much?
to eat?
Park right here.
Too bright?
Hello, dog park. Yeah.
So I check
That's nice. Oh, do you go higher up maybe?
higher up. Yep. And she has to
Dog
point
park,
it.
right here. Dog park. Hello.
Where is it?
To my legs.
Go home.
There. Okay.
Go home.
Dog park right here. Oh. I know where she's looking.
People. Oh, there's a dog.
Oh, is that okay?
Whenever he sees a dog, it's so hard to get his attention back.
Oh no. Okay. You live
So this is
dog park right
a
here.
nice little portrait shot, though.
Oh, maybe the car.
But she's not really cooperating at this point.
Oh, it's really light on the background, huh? Over
Yeah.
here.
So you can see the flash popping around. I'm just getting different angles just because Yuzu's kind of watching, like looking at every other place.
I guess sometimes it doesn't have to have like. I always think that whenever I see photos, that he has to look at it.
It looks epic.
But sometimes it also looks nice when he doesn't look.
So here, after she does that, right? I
Sometimes it doesn't have
think
to
I
have,
show her the photos.
I always
I'm
think
even
that
surprised
whenever
at
I
this
see photos,
point.
that he has to look at a camera. But sometimes it also looks nice when he doesn't look at a camera.
It's handsome.
Yeah.
Handsome, so like any view, it kind of looks.
But look at how she's holding the flash, right? It's just bare bulbs.
Yeah.
Nice.
Harness.
And I think that was it. I think that was it, right? I think that was pretty much the photo shoot. And I thought it was really funny because it was like a first time doing this together, right? And I just met this person probably you guys saw it. I was just walking through the park and I happened to see a really cute dog that was just walking around. What's this? And yeah, and so that's that. So let's kind of look at the photos, right? What difference that touch of flash put in, right? So let's kind of go over the photos. See, I think we kind of reviewed what the pictures look like before, right? Before we added the flash, and then let's kind of review what the pictures look like after, right? After Yuzu's mommy kind of helped with the flash, hold the flash. So here, okay. So this was before, right? And then we just kind of exposed for the background. You can see right here. Is there a way to do full screen on this? Let's see, full screen. Nah, okay. So yeah, this is kind of what it looked like. You know, it's good, right? But here's, you know, everybody says that the perfect day for photos is cloudy backdrop days, right? Cloudy backdrop days. Everybody says, you'll hear this often in like photography advice, is they'll always say shoot on, like do a photo shoot on a cloudy day because it acts like the clouds, if it's overcast, and it feels like it's just like a giant softbox, and that's when you look the best, right? And that is true, right? And so it gets rid of all the shadows, and it makes for a flattering picture. From my experience, I didn't really know what people meant, right? Because I'm still kind of a beginner photographer. I don't know like too much. I don't know that much, right? So whenever I heard that advice, right, I always was like, I wonder what they meant, right? So I just did it. I just said, okay, oh, overcast day, I guess like the photos are supposed to look good. But what it just means is just it gets rid of shadows, right? It gets rid of all the shadows. It doesn't get rid of all the shadows actually, but it smooths things out. For example, if you pretty much shoot midday sun, right, with just full sun, then the people say that's like the worst. People say that's the worst time to shoot because you get like the sun's just overhead and you just get shadows all over your face and it's not pleasing, right? But if it's overcast and the sun's directly over at the same time, everything kind of smooths out. There's still a little bit of directionality to it, but it's not as noticeable and it's more pleasing, right? But I think the major downside to it, right? The major downside to it, if you're just using your camera, is that when you shoot on those overcast days, everything's the same, right? Everything is so flat, right? Everything's flattened out into one exposure. Pretty much everything's the same because, like I said, it's one giant softbox. So the background, the foreground, everything, so nothing pops, right? And as I do this, I'm beginning to understand. I think when you're doing photography, I think in general, right, you want your subject to kind of pop somehow, right? Some pop and be separated from the background. That's why people like to use very, fast lenses. Like they just want the wide aperture because you get that blurry background, which helps you instantly pop your subject from the background, right? It's a very easy way to do that. You just set it wide open and then you just do it. But of course the problem with that is if that's all you're good at, if that's all you're doing, then all your photos kind of look the same and it's boring, like at the end of the day, right? So let's look at this picture here, right? Let's look at this. Let's look at the photos, right? And I'll show you exactly what I mean by this, right? So if you look, let's go back to the photos right here. So this is all the photos that we took before, right? This was kind of, you could see like right here, there's a bit of sun. I think over here was a little bit bright. That's why you see a lot of shadows here. Maybe I was using a flash, I'm not sure. But here, if you look here, right, everything, it kind of just yuzu, it kind of blends in with the background, the lighting, everything is very same, right? And this is the picture, this is a photo shoot that helped me understand just what it meant to kind of that helped me really understand this concept, right? Because before this I had no idea, right? It's just, oh, shoot an overcast day and everything looks flattering. Like this by itself, it looks nice, right? It's a nice picture. It has nice bokeh right here, and you get the separation, right? And I always shoot kind of flat so that the subject is in focus, all of it. So if you look, the blades of grass, you can see, and then it starts to fall off right here at the eye, the back eye, and the fur and stuff. So this is, I mean, it's a pretty good picture. It's pretty. That's why I kept it and didn't delete it, right? So this is, I think, before. So even look at this, right? The face is just kind of the exposure. Everything just looks very similar, right? From the background. And so even this one, right? Look, it's just the face. It's just kind of, it doesn't really pop. Very beautiful dog, but it doesn't pop. So photogenic, right? So the dog's pretty much carrying this photo right here. But here is when we started adding the flash. This is when Yuzu's mommy, this is, you could totally tell, right? Look at this burst of bright light right here, right? This is when she was holding a light off to the side, from the side, and Yuzu right here was just like looking away. And now you could kind of get to, this is where I noticed, oh wow, there's a complete separation, right? From here, everything just kind of blends together, right? But look, now you see the golden fur just kind of popping, right? Each strand just kind of being all majestic, and this doggy is just looking good, right? And there's shadows. You can see the shadows, right? There's directionality to the shadow. So here, this is more, right? You could definitely see, and this is when I told the mommy to hold the flash higher, right? Higher, so that it's like pointed down, almost like a midday sun, which is why now you could see that the shadows, look at the nose right here, right? The top of the nose, the snout is all lit up, and there's a bunch of shadows right here, but you could also see that the fur and the top, all this right here, it just pops and is completely getting separated from the background, which is the same background, right? If you look, okay, let's look at our settings, right? All this before we shot at 3.2, right? 3.2 f, 3.2, 250, 160. But if you notice here, I stopped it down. It's probably because I wanted to make the background darker and also increase the depth of field, right? Because the more you stop it down, the more wider depth of field you get. So I think the background was a little bit too bright for me, right? It was a little bit too bright, which is why I look, it's from 5.6, 3.2. You can notice it's the complete darker, right? Oh, and here's also, let's look at the other settings. Interesting. So I go from 3.2, 250, right? And I noticed that the doggy wasn't really walking around too much, right? That's why this is kind of bright still. Even though I stopped it down, I slowed down the time to 160, pretty much 2 stops, right? I put on 2 stops, so I wanted more depth of field, but I was like, okay, that's a little bit too bright, so I put the time back up, all right, to 125th and f5 with the flash, and you could totally see it's a completely different photo right here. And look, it just pops out right here. Still f5, 125th seconds, 160th, ISO 160. And now with the flash that the mommy's holding, look at how it just illuminates the subject, right? And just makes it pop out from the background. The background's a little bit messy and boring, but it's just, Yuzu pops right here. I love it. I love it. This is probably one of my favorite photos right here. This is probably one of my favorite photos right here, right? Just look at how happy this doggy looks. It's still overcast, still the same. You guys saw the video, right? Um, but here, this is just the Mongi. Just I don't know. You just got extremely lucky, right? Because you have to realize I set the flash at a certain power, and I just gave it to her. I'm like, here, just hold this and point it down, and I'm just gonna start snapping away. And if it was too bright, if it looked like it was too bright on my screen, I would tell her, put it higher, right? Get it away from the subject. But you could totally tell, like it's a completely different photo right here. And this is the photo shoot that kind of helped me realize how subject separation using light. And this is the photo shoot that helped me understand, and it finally clicked for me what it meant for or what it meant to separate the subject with the power of lighting, right? Here's another photo, but this is way too overblown, right? But I still kept it because there was just so much details, and I just loved the way it looked, right? So I think everything here is the same, so I'm just gonna go full screen this right here. But just if you kind of look at the hairs, and just kind of look at the eyes, right? With the nose, just look at this. It's so precious looking. It's like, it's not a good picture, but to me, when I was like playing around with this and I finally understood, wow, like this is the power of flash photography, right? And this is not, I didn't use any crazy modifiers, right? I didn't have any assistance. I just had a flash, just a bare flash, right? And just kind of knowing the power, you could get some really cool images, right? And so this is a really cool one. I think this was one of the favorite ones from that day, I think. And this one, it was completely, you could tell the flash is coming directly from the side, hitting and so it kind of illuminates the eyes. Let's see, why is the eye is so not in focus, the other eye, but you can see the fall off is huge, right? You can see the fall off is huge, but kind of looking at it from far away, you can't really tell, right? And this right here, right? Look how heroic Yuzu. The framing is pretty bad, okay, but let's just chalk that as learning. Like you're just learning, right? The eyes is all the eyes is glowing. You could see there's like directionality. It looks so heroic, right? And this is all from Yuzu's mom just holding the flash up, right? Direct flash, pretty much. Everybody talks crap about bare flash, direct flash, but this is what you can get, right? From just moving the flash. So cute. Oh my goodness. And look at the details, man. That's what kind of amazed me when I saw this, is just the amount of details that you can get from using this just camera flash, just off camera flash, right? And I showed you guys the camera that I use. It's a Fujifilm X-3 that came out probably 2015. Look how heroic this looks, right? Amazing. Look, this is my favorite. Look how adorable this dog is. And this, when I saw this photo, that's when I kind of understood, okay, every photographer that's not trying to sell you something, like every photographer that's not trying to sell you something, they always say it's all about lighting. And this is the photo that kind of helped me, that clicked it all in my mind. That this is what helped me click. I was like, wow, I can't believe I made this just by using one speed light and transmitter and a receiver, a very cheap one, a basic one. It's just a fire protocol, right? Not TTL, not TTL. And pretty much a 10-year-old camera, right? With a kit lens of all things. And so this is what I use. This is what I use to make this image. And for me, like, I know, like, this is my first time working with a cute doggy, especially one that poses and is like a model. But for me personally, this image right here was like I was actually blown away. I was so happy with this image when I saw this, right? I was like, I can't believe I did this. I can't believe I created this. It's just on the fly, right? It was just a random day, and we just happened to see an owner playing with her doggy, and I just kind of wanted to, do some photo shoots, and we made something cool happen. So let's see. So yeah, this photo was actually really impactful for me, even though it's not a person, and even though I for me personally, I feel like there's photographers that only photograph pretty things, right? They just photograph beautiful things, and that to them is what makes a good photographer. This is a beautiful thing right here, right? But for me, the reason why I really like this image is because this was kind of like, when you're learning things, right? When you're new at something and you're learning things, and then finally something clicks, right? That eureka moment. And this was my eureka moment in photography. Well, I guess one of the many that I have had. But this was actually kind of an important moment, and it was actually kind of stunning, right, to me. I know I know like probably a dozen whatever, but for me personally, I know there's probably, I know that there's whatever, how many more superior photographers are gonna look at this and be like, this is trash. I don't care. For me, this is the moment where it helped me understand just how much lighting can really shape a photo, right? Enhance it. Creating your own light, how much creating your own light can enhance a photo. And here, right? Look at this. Just the profile shot right here with the cherry blossoms in the background. But you could see just the glow in the eyes, right? The glow. And if I had this, you can't get this if you didn't have that flash. And I couldn't have gotten this if the owner wasn't there to hold it, right? Because if it wasn't, then I would have to do a direct flash, which would give it a completely different look. And I feel like it would just blow out everything here in the fur. But just look at it, because you could totally tell where the light's coming from. It's probably coming from up here, and it's coming down. So it's casting a lot of shadows down here. And so you could see just so much texture and depth in this photo. And that's why when I saw this and just how much detail it brings out, and I think that's the important thing with using flash. Look at this. The eyelashes of the doggy is casting shadows into the eye. Like the eyelid right here is casting the shadow, and you can see the individual eye strands right here just getting like captured. All this is blown out. Like, I don't care, right? It's just overall feel of this looks so heroic, right? And even this part over here kind of almost lines up with the cherry blossoms in the back. And so that's why it just kind of, when I look at this, it just looks like a little, I don't know, just a little, it's so cute. It's like, I want to do like, oh, little, oh, so cute, right? Just that, I'm pretty sure I could have just toned down the flash power, right? But it's just one of those things when you're doing like on the go photography. You're just, this isn't a planned thing. It's just on the go. You just have to kind of adapt and just kind of wing it, I guess. But look, so adorable. all because of the flash that the owner was holding in that position. See, this is what it would look like without, right? And this. I think this might have been a touch of flash. You could see it right there in the eye pupil. And then I think this probably the owner, she was probably holding it like really high up or something. And yeah, this is pretty much it right here, right? And so look at how much sharp, like how sharp this gets. Look at the detail, right? Still f5, 1/25 of a second, ISO 160. Just a sparkle in its eyes, the little nose, the tongue, right? It looks so cute, right? It's so photogenic, and that's the power of, I think, having the off-camera flash. I just wish my trigger didn't break. I'm so sad about that. I tried to fix it myself, but I think I broke it, right? I did this whole soldering thing on it. I'll show you guys. I don't even know where it is. Okay, but let me bring it. Hold on. Let me look for it actually. Okay, I got it. So let me show you, right, what it is. So this is it. This is so small right here. It was, well, I forgot what it was called. The photo diox or something. Hold on. Let me see what it. Let me see if I could find it. Photo. Photos PDF flash. It's like a flash trigger, tiny. I think I could find it. Yeah. Oh yeah, it was Lightpix Labs. Okay, so this too, it was $50, right? $50. It's called Lightpix Labs. So let me kind of show you what it is. So it comes, when you buy this, it comes with it's just two things, right? This is a transmitter, or sorry, this is a receiver. So on your flash, how it works is this, right? You would just slot it onto your flash like this, and that's it. This is so nice right here. That's all it is, right? And this, the other part was the transmitter right here, right? But this stopped working. It stopped turning on. And then I thought it was like I think it was a battery issue. So I ordered the battery, but it was the wrong size. And I opened this, right? You could see it. I opened it and I soldered in the new battery, and I did all that. It worked for a little bit, right? But it broke again, and I hot glued it back shut, the lid. But this would go on top of the camera, right? So let me show you that. So if you have your camera right here, right? And this was honestly my favorite thing, this little transmitter. I was so bummed. And if you look at it, if you know about how like flashes work, there's usually like a pattern, right, on the bottom of the flash that matches with a metal pins on your flash hot shoe right there. But there's only one. You could pretty much ignore everything if you use your flash on manual, and there's a central large pin right there. If you can see, that's the fire pin, right? And that's why that is the only one. There's only one pin on here. You see that little prong? I don't think you can really see it, but there's only one pin, and it goes on the fire. So it doesn't do TTL, right? But it just sends a signal to fire the flash. So if you have all the flash settings set up, you don't need any TTL stuff, right? And so that's why you just put it on here on your camera. Oops, I think I put it in backwards. And that was it. Look at this. This is amazing, right? But it freaking broke. And I didn't even use it that much. That's the thing that kind of pissed me off about this. And so that's why it's like when it breaks like that, it's like, I don't know, right? And so that's why I try to repair it. I really don't like to just throw things away because it's such a waste, especially if it's like a simple battery problem, right? But look at this, right? So let me tell you why I like this so much. Because like even this, you could see in the video that if she saw it, like that's all it is, right? Hang on. So even this is on the on the flash, right? On the bottom of the flash, it has a bunch of pins that match up to the top of the hot shoe on the camera, and that sends all the data, right, that it needs to do TTL flash photography. But if you look, right, even this one right here, it only has one central pin, right? That's central. So this will receive the signal and it'll just trigger this to flash. So that's pretty much all you need, really. You don't need any of the fancy stuff to get started. But let me show you why I love this so much, right? Are you ready? Okay, as you saw, right? This was the transmitter to fire, and you could use this on, and you could, okay, so the cool thing is you could use this pretty much on any flash, right? You could use this on any flash, right? So this will go on your camera and this will attach to your flash. So pretty much any flash. It's amazing. This is so amazing. Why did it break? I'm so bummed, right? But the reason why I like this so much is because when you want to do off-camera photography, right? This is tiny, right? And so, you know, this is my flash by Nissan, and the transmitter, right? If you want to do off-camera photography with this, is this. You need something like the Air Commander, the Air 1, right? This is what you need. And this will give you like TTL, but I don't use that stuff. So it's kind of unnecessary for me, right? This Nissan Air 1. And it's so huge. This requires like AA battery. And if you look like at the bottom of the pin of this transmitter, right, you can see it has all the extra pins that sends the TTL data, which I don't care for, right? And if you want to use that flash off camera, then you need this. But I'd much rather have this. Look at how tiny this is, especially like when you're out on the go. Look at that, man. It's not even comparable, dude. Look at how tiny this is. This is amazing, right? Look at the side profile. I don't know if you can see it. Dude, okay, I'm getting confused right now. This is a side profile. Like, come on, man. This is amazing. And also, look at this. Right? When you put it on here, it looks so clunky. Come on, like that looks so clunky. And it looks, you can't really be discreet. I mean, I guess you're not really being discreet, but it's so clunky. Look at that. Okay. Do you see? Look how big that is, right? But this is kind of what I'm forced with, because versus something like this, right? Look at that. That's it. Beautiful product. I just wish it didn't break that easily for no reason. I love this thing. Lightpix Labs. If they're any better, I don't know. Maybe the last I heard, they were so popular that it was kind of like a supply shortage on Amazon. And I think they're a company from like Taiwan or something, right? But look at that. It's so small. Compared to this humongous monster. So anyways, I really like their product, and I think one of these days, if I actually start making more money, then I will eventually get this replaced. But I just don't like it. I'm scared because I'm afraid that if I buy it, it'll just break again, right? And that's what makes me hesitant on purchasing it. But this, the Lightpick Lab stuff, it's freaking amazing, honestly, right? Good stuff. I feel like I'm just ranting at this point. So yeah, that's pretty much. I guess I wanted to just talk about this today, right? Just kind of go over the whole thought process about the video. Just go over what I was thinking, right? And so because it was so that's why I wanted to do this kind of series. This series is gonna be about just reviewing pictures. I think that had a really big impact while I was just out there. Because before I was doing this, I'll just go out and I'll just take photos. I'll just go to events, snap pictures and edit them, post them, and really just forget about it, right? And it gets lost in the cloud somewhere. But I think doing this, it kind of, I don't know, for me, these were kind of the photos that helped me realize, oh, like this is what people were talking about, right? This is what they meant by this, right? And so there's a few like photos that I've had there's a few photos that had that kind of impact on me, right? And so that kind of helps me shape my style, I guess you could say. And that's why I kind of want to make this. And this is a live stream right now, right? But I do want to edit all this into a video, right? Into a video format, because there's a pretty much brand new channel in terms of YouTube. And so I do want to also focus on photography on this channel too, because it's something that photography is pretty much the reason I started streaming, like live streaming in the first place. So it has a huge impact on who I am, and I just kind of want to talk more about it, right? So I think in terms of the photography aspect, I think I covered everything, right? Also, a final note, right? I know that a lot of people talk about shooting RAW, right? RAW versus JPEG. But if you look, I shoot everything in JPEG, right? I just shoot everything in JPEG. And I edit it, all right? I just do a quick light editing. This is not something that I do professionally. I don't get paid for any of this, right? And so my workflow has to be light and fast, right? It has to be light and fast. Especially sometimes I'll go and take so much photos, right? There's too much photos, and if I did RAW for all that, it'll take too long to process it, right? The going through the photos, it takes too long, and I think the storage, it's not feasible, right? So for social media, to do something for social media, this is just I just use JPEG, right? Fujifilm, just the I forgot which color profile that I used, but just kind of the basic standards. I think it's a standard color profile, right? And then I just kind of tweak it in when I edit it, and just bring up the color, mess with the brightness, the darkness. Then that's all I do, right? And that's all I do. So this was actually a fun one today. I hope that, I'm pretty sure there was really nobody watching, but for my videos, like this was an important one, I think. This yuzu doggy photography. First time I was like, wow. And where I said wow at my own work, this photo was the first time I said wow at my own photography. So that's why I kind of wanted to come live and share with you. So I think that's it for me. Now I gotta start editing. Just like gotta chop it up and make it into a nice little video and probably a few shorts. So yeah, in terms of live streaming, I think that's it for me tonight. What time is it? Oh, it's 11:30. Have a good Sunday. This is my second live stream of the day, by the way. The first one was in the afternoon where I was flying my little drone simulator, but I've been having problems with my controller, so I think I'm gonna have to clean that and do some maintenance on stream next time. So have a good night, and I'll see you again soon.